In today's video, we're going to be attempting every stunt jump in GTA San Andreas with 6-star wanted level. Will we be able to complete this? Just tune in to find out. I am using cheat code Bring It On to make it easier, starting with this jump right here. So this is just a little dirt pile over in the corner here at the is this the scrapyard or the train area? It's one of them. But as you can tell, this one's a nice, easy jump. So let's move on to the next one, which is going to be down near the airport. So this jump right here, this is going to be right in the middle of the median. And it's a tricky jump, honestly. I do not expect to complete this one the first attempt. It's probably going to take a few because you got to hit this one just right at the right speed. And yeah, as soon as you see the motorcycle turning like that, you know you failed it. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to... You need to get past that pole pretty much. And that's where it gets difficult. Why, thank you. I'd love for you just to hit me. Why not? So, if you're doing this, attempting this challenge, you do need to watch because they will shoot your tires out. And I don't know if you can do the jumps with a tire that's flat already. As you can tell, back tire's been shot out. Yeah, this is getting fun now at this point. And I can barely turn. Of course I can't turn. Why would I? Yeah, and that truck's taking the stunt jump. That's kind of surprising, actually. But yeah, let me get this repaired real quick. So we're back. Now I have another motorcycle. Let's try this again. Well, where can we make that? It's definitely hard to. Yep. Okay, so let's move on to the next stunt jump real quick. So the next one's gonna be right here. So this one you just gotta land up there on the roof. It can be a little tricky. You do need enough speed, and that's where it gets hard. But made it first attempt. So it doesn't matter if you fall off, so don't worry about that. But yeah, let's go down to the next stunt jump real quick. And so the next one's going to be right here. So this one, it's the stairs on both ends over here. So we're just going to jump down here real quick. Jump over here. It's yeah, it's a pretty easy jump, honestly. You know, like I said, these are pretty easy in this area. So the next one's going to be right there. And then just going to hit it. And watch out for the helicopter. So unfortunately, we're going to have helicopter problems throughout this challenge, which I'm kind of expecting to have already. And we got to watch out for military trucks and tanks and everything else. Why did I do this to myself, honestly? I question that. So let's move on to the next stunt jump. So next two are actually in the airport. Like I said, I'm using a cheat code here, which is Bring It On, so this is a little bit easier. But this one you got to hit just right as well. If you don't hit this jump just right, so you need to land just past this red sign, and I'm going to hit it. Yep. Yeah, this is where it gets a little tricky. This is one of the harder jumps in the game, unfortunately. Try this again. And so, in the airport, you're going to have plenty of room if you try this challenge to avoid the military trucks, the tanks, and everything. As you can tell, it says cheat activated. And so, one of my rules I put before I started this is I have to have a 6-star wanted level when I start the jump. So if I lose a star during the jump, it counts still. Oh, because you will lose the jump at some point. I kind of wish I could make this a little bit brighter, honestly. I did try the color grade the videos as I go, but yeah, it won't work with San Andreas. I've tried it on other videos and it just sucks. But so in case you're wondering, you'll notice different times of day as well. I have been, yeah, usually I'll save the game in between them, and is that gonna make it? No. Like I said, you gotta land just past this red sign, and it's a bitch to do, honestly. Like, usually I'll keep a video family friendly. I'm not guaranteeing anything with this video. If I was to rate this, this isn't the hardest video I've done, because I have one that's coming out that was a lot harder from GTA Online. This is a mini series I'm doing, and of course, I almost made it. So you need to make sure if you're using a motorcycle that you move over just enough, but not too far. Alright, So that's where it also gets tricky. And let's see, it looks like got enough air on this one. Unfortunately, in San Andreas, the motorcycles are just not as fast as the other games. But yep, we made it. So let's move on to the next one. Our next jump will be right here at the airport. So with this jump, you need to make sure you have enough speed, honestly. Hey, so that means coming way back here. And yeah, my motorcycle's definitely smoking. I gotta get that fixed as soon as I get this done. Looks like I'm gonna make that. I think. Yep, that's just clearing it. So let's move on to the next one. So the next stunt jump will be right here. This one's harder. There, because you don't really have much room, in all honesty, to get over there. I'm going to take a couple attempts to line this up, unfortunately. So, like I said, you got to hit those stairs, and you got to land just across. If it's alright if you hit the wall. I've done these on another save, so. But that's going to make it, it looks like. Yep, that landed. Like I said, you're going to hit the wall. Oh, most of the time. But next stunt jump will be right here at the train tracks. So this one, yeah, you gotta land right up there, and I don't think that was enough speed. No. So, like I said, you gotta land up there in order for it to count it. Yeah, so it gets a little tricky. Especially when you got cops chasing you, tanks, and everything else. You also gotta watch out for the train. Found out on my other save that the train does like to hit you if you're not watching. But let's move on to the next stunt jump real quick. So the next one's gonna be right here. Oh, I dread this one. So this one, if you don't hit just right, this wasn't supposed to be a guide, but I feel like this is gonna be a guide. Yeah, this one you gotta land in the intersection, and if you're dealing with military and everything like I am here, yeah, that's not fun. So you need definitely enough speed, and I hope that's the worst one out of all the attempts. So I did save the game. Let's try this again. And I'm definitely going to be recording this over several days, so yeah. Yeah. This jump sucks. Can we make this one? Come on, come on, come on. That one's... No. Too short. Damn it. So, this jump, it's literally how narrow this space is. That looks like it's going to be fast enough. Like I said, you just need enough speed to hit it. You also got to make sure that military truck's not in your way. But, yep, friendly. So let's move on. So the next one's going to be right here. Pretty simple one. Just going to park over here as long as these military trucks stay out of my way. Hey, then we're just going to race across the road real quick. Hit these stairs. Like I said, most of these are pretty easy. But there's going to be some challenging ones coming up. Like I said, I did a trial of this on my other account. This one's just literally just driving off of the sidewalk right here. And yeah. Now, this one I found to be deceiving. It looks like you're going to land in the water, but in reality, you're going to land on the boardwalk. Will you fly off into the water? Possibly, like I just did there. But yeah, let's move on. Next one. So this one's the easy jump in this area. Why do I say that? You'll see in just a minute. Because I kind of like how you can... So when I tested this on my other account, I was able to do some other stunts while doing this, but don't recommend it. This one's easy. He just... Well, it's supposed to be easy. Where's that cop going? Why, thank you. I just like being shot at while I'm trying to do a stunt jump. But just turn around right here real quick on the tracks, and then we'll head over. Yeah. That looks like it's going to make it. Every stunt jump has a little box you have to land in, and... Yeah. So this one, not going to be fun. I got to get through here, hit these stairs without hitting anything. And now, you may hit the tree over here. Yeah, as long as you make it past that tree, I believe. plus just a couple of feet past that, somewhere around there. But yeah, this is definitely a hard jump, especially if you're starting where I am. There's really nowhere to get a good run up to this one, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah. Well, those people are in my way. So let's go jump up here. Let's try this again. Now, it looks like it's going to make it, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, yep, that one made it. So let's move on. Okay, so the bridge has 2 jumps on it. They're both going to be pretty simple. The one underneath it's going to be pretty simple. But as we get further into downtown, it's not going to be as easy as this. These stunt jumps right here I like. They're nice, easy, and simple. Like I said, they're right on the bridge. And you don't even have to... So if you're recording it, you don't even have to change over. Hit your recording off or anything. As long as that military truck stays where he's going to. Yep. There we go. So, one underneath here. This one's real simple. Just jump off it, land in the parking lot. Looks like that's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be enough to clear. So, sometimes you will actually land right on there. But this one's just a simple jump as well. Don't worry about that tree. As long as you have enough air, you'll clear it easily. Let's move on. Okay, this one, I've seen a lot of people asking where this one is. So this one's right here next to the pier, literally. Am I going to land up there? I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. That doesn't happen too often. So right here with the stairs, this one's going to be a tricky one. Because you need enough speed, but you also got to watch out for the NPCs, the cops, the military, everything here. Yep, like I said, you need enough speed. That didn't just happen. So let's try this. Maybe. I love how the police car's sitting there. But yeah, that was like it. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this jump right here, I'm expecting problems with this one already. Because, well, it's more of its location. Example. I will tell you what to do with the cops in this game. I really will. And that tank. Heck. Yeah, that's definitely not far enough. So this one's kind of hard because you got to land, either hit the wall over there or land on the other roof, and that's extremely difficult. So, and like I said, I expect multiple attempts. Let's see if that's gonna do it. Nope. Unfortunately. The motorcycle really can't handle a lot, so I had to change it out a few times already throughout the video, so yeah, it's not fun. And as you can tell, I'm just taking the long way around. Now, by doing that, I'm trying to avoid the tanks that spawn in. Like, yeah, that was a close one. Yeah, that looks like that one's probably going to clear it. Yes, it is. Like I said, you got to hit that wall just the right spot. But here's the next one. So let's go up here. So this one's a pretty easy jump, honestly. Yeah. Like I said, let's move on. Okay, so this one right here. So this one's honestly a little tricky because of its location. Because as you can tell, you're jumping off a roof and landing onto the road over here. And go, what's that truck? Alright, so there's a certain spot you have to land, and it's extremely difficult, honestly. Let's try this again. And let's see what we can do here. Yep. And that looks like it's going to land it, so that's a good sign. And so there we go. Let's move on. Okay, so this jumps right here between the highway. This one's going to be one of the easier ones compared to what's coming up here in a few minutes. But this will be able to make this one on the first attempt. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, that's fine right there. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so we got this one. And so this one's a little bit trickier because you got to watch for cars and everything. Really don't have to go very far, as you can tell, but that will work, it looks like. Yep. Okay, easy jumps right here on the bridge. So these right here, Usually you would do this one during the mission, make it a lot easier, but I did switch saves to record it. So just gotta watch out for these trucks, honestly. Let's go get the next one. So same thing with this one. Just gonna have to land this on the other side. Right. So as soon as I make this jump, I do have to watch for trucks because they do spawn over here. Yeah, since this isn't the first time I've done these. That would have been a nice thumbnail. But so this one. So really, this one's just easy. Just go up the stairs, jump over this building right here. Most of these jumps are pretty easy in this area compared to Los Venturas, which is gonna be fun. So we got this one, and so this one's just gonna be the trailers. You're gonna do this on both sides. Pretty simple. Oh, now this one unfortunately can be a little tricky, especially if you hit the building, and as I just did there. And let's get this side. Right. As you can tell, it's back on 6 stars daylight. So I did save the game in between, just to make it easier. But yeah. There we go. That one's done. So this one's a little tricky to find. You gotta look for this exact spot. Watch out for those trucks. And just jump off here. Now it's easy to get the wrong spot if you don't watch on this one, but it looks like we made it. Yep. Let's move on to the next one. So this one's just inside the barn right here. Yeah, I'm kind of doing these a little out of order. So this one, again, don't have to land very far. Looks like we're going to clear it. We're going to ignore that happen, but let's move on. So this one, and so this one's right here. Just got to jump over the barn for this one. Now, if you land on the barn, it doesn't count, but tell me it. We got this one right here. So this one, you're gonna end up destroying your motorcycle, so I'd recommend leaving the ones like this as a last. Well, I should say you'll destroy it if you don't land on the dock. But either way, you're not getting out of there. So this one, you're gonna have the dune right here. Here, as you can tell, the trucks do come down if you got a wanted level. But just make this jump real quick. It's pretty simple jumps. So like I said, most of these are easy right now. Unfortunately, this one's so far away from every damn thing in the city. It's ridiculous. Got this one at the trailer park. I would usually save here, but since I don't have a place to store a motorcycle, I'm not going to. But just jump over these real quick. And made it. Let's move on into the next one. Okay, and we got this one right here. So this one's just this little jump. You don't have to really go very far. As you can tell, that should be far enough. Yes, it is. Let's move on. Okay, so we got 2 jumps here at the airport and San Fierro. Got this one right here. This one you're just going to land over near the road, somewhere in the grass. Doesn't really matter. Next one will be back down in the airport. And so we got this jump right here. Yeah, this one, again, it's going to be a pretty simple one. Just jumping over the water pretty much. And landing, I believe, over near the road. Somewhere in there. As long as you land in that general area, you're fine. Okay, so let's go up here real quick. And so next one is going to be this one right here. So this is over near the building there. Wherever that building is. It has the football signs there. Don't hit the tank if the tank's sitting there if you're trying this. Like I just did. But let's try this again. So, yeah, like I said, just gotta land in the road, mainly. That's the goal. As you can tell, the tank's still sitting there. But made that one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we got this one right here. So, I've heard some people get confused with this one. This one's just those stairs right there. Just gotta jump over the highway and then land. Next one can be moved on to. So next one is going to be right here. Now you have to do this one before you do the mission here. Otherwise you won't be able to do it. Right at the factory. Because unless you want to go get a ramp truck and jump, drive over the fence, which you can do. So it just takes more time. And yeah, let's just move on to the next one at this point. And so next one's going to be right here near the dealership. Yep, just gonna jump over this little jump. Just gotta clear here, and you should be fine as long as you clear the highway. Right on one side, and doesn't really matter if you hit anything. So next one. Okay, so this one's gonna be right here. It's gonna be right between these two buildings. It's gonna be these stairs. There's just gonna want to jump over that. Now you do want pretty good consistent speed for this one because you do have to jump pretty far considering you're gonna land down near these two buildings. And it really don't matter where in the road as long as you land in the road. But you got this one. This one right here is just again these stairs. Pretty short jump considering everything. Let's see, is this one gonna make it? It'd be nice if I could land in that parking garage, but I doubt it. So let's move on to the next one. So we got this one right here. So again, stairs. It's a very common trend here in San Andreas compared to other versions of GTA, which we'll be getting to very shortly. But yeah, so let's go to this one. So this one's just this little ramp. Pretty simple again. Just gonna jump over we're just gonna land here in the parking lot. Really anywhere. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's move on. So this one is gonna be this little jump. You can easily miss this one. This one's a little tricky, honestly. Hey, if you don't have enough speed, like in this case. Hey, so let's try this one again, I guess. There we go. Let's see. It doesn't look like enough speed still. Yeah, definitely. Nope. Guess we're going for a third attempt on this one. This is going to be fun. I hate this jump. Yeah, I really hate this jump. So, let's see. It looks like it's going to clear. No guarantees on this one, honestly, because... Yeah, there we go. So, let's move to this one. We're going to ignore that tank was right there on this one. So this one I got to turn around to go to it. So we really don't need much speed. So even with the tank in the way, I'm not worried about this one. I'm just going to land way down here on the road. That's perfect landing right there. So the next one is going to be right here. And so this one right here is a little bit trickier. Because you need to land a certain distance, and if you don't have enough speed, you won't make it. So that one, first attempt. Okay, right here. This one sucks. The jump itself's fine. It's getting up here. I don't know if I'm going to torture you with all this, honestly, because... Yeah, this sucks getting up here, to be honest with you. Now, I know some people like to watch how to get up there. If you want, go ahead, skip to the end where I make the jump. Because this is honestly ridiculous. But, yeah. Let me just skip ahead. Okay, now that I'm out of my little problem, I'll call it down there, and technical issues are done, let's go complete this jump finally. So this one you're going to destroy your motorcycle, so don't worry about it. You can only do this on a motorcycle, obviously. But as you can tell, just land down here in the water. Anywhere, it doesn't really matter. We're going to ignore the 5 stars flashing up there. Let's move on. So we get this one. Just this nice little jump. Don't hit anybody. This one can be a little tricky because if you don't hit just the right spot, you will fail. This one's not going to make it. So the goal is to jump over that. So let's try this again. We're gonna ignore that just happened, where I almost hit the helicopter, I mean. I can talk, I swear, some days. It's 4 o'clock in the morning at the time I'm recording this, so don't worry about that. Yeah, let's see, is this one gonna make it? It looks like it's enough height, as long as it clears, and yes it will. Oh, that's lovely to see sitting there. But there we go. And next one. Okay, over to Bone County. This lovely long jump. Gotta love this jump. So for this one, I do recommend a little bit of speed, because you do have to jump quite a distance. Hence, that'll make it. But there's times where you will land in the water if you're not careful. As you can tell, I'm cutting it pretty close right there. But yeah. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this one's just right here. It's just gonna be this little cabin. Just gonna hit this little ramp. You will destroy your motorcycle. Don't worry about it. I recommend having an extra save or extra motorcycles. But there we go. So this one's pretty simple. Just gonna jump over the chicken. Oh, I never realized the chicken moves. I played this game for I don't know how long and never realized that. Okay. So next one is going to be right here. Don't get the wrong side on this one. It's easy to mess it up. Just going to jump over these stairs. So the goal is to land down there. As you can tell, it actually hit it sooner. But this one just got the plane. And so again, nice simple jump off that wing. Don't need too much speed. There we go. So now we're moving into the city. We got this roof jump. So this is going to be off the parking garage. You really don't need much speed. So you're going to have two of these at the very top. I'm doing it from top to bottom. So that one's done. Let's move on to the next one. So this one just going to need to go up these stairs. We're not going to worry about almost hitting him. And then we're going to go take this one. Again, don't need much speed. So I'm doing them at the top and working my way down because it makes me dizzy going up there constantly. Like, we're going to ignore I hit the building right there. We will ignore that. I love where the tank's sitting and the truck. Okay, we got this one. Just a little jump. I'm just going to land right down here. You don't have to go very far. So, nice, simple, easy one. And we can just jump down here and head right back inside to go to the next one. And next one, right here. So you're just going to go around a little circle in here once you're up on this floor. Just going to hit this one. And it looks high up. In reality, it's not really high. Right, so we're just going to jump. We will hit this building. That's alright. I'd rather hit the building. Then, so, again, those were easy jumps. Got this one right here. So these apartment buildings, this one can be a little tricky. It does take a little bit of speed because you need to hit it right over in that area near the off ramp. And first try on that one, I will take that. Let's move on. Okay, so definitely tell when getting close to the end because I am so sick of doing these at this point. So try to avoid the trees. And made that one. So perfect. Okay, and he got this one. So this one can be hard to see, and if it's dark like it is there. So you do need to get across that highway right there, and you want to land in the grass. That's perfect on that one. Let's move on. Okay, so these are going to be the stairs that you see right there. Here at this end. And it is very easy to get confused. Oh, I did hit the... Well, that's alright. But good enough. Let's jump down. Let's head to the next one. Okay, and now it's going to be side stairs right here. Yeah, going to do the exact same thing again. Just going to jump. Hopefully I make it the first attempt. And of course not. Why would I? I can't have perfect run. But let's try this again. Avoiding the tank. And let's see if we can make it. I very well doubt that because that does not look fast enough. Nope. Nowhere near fast enough. Okay. Third attempt. Third time's the charm. Hopefully. Because I am so sick of doing this at this point. I just want to be done with it. Especially being so close to jump number 70. But that one will work. I will accept it. Let's move on. Okay, this one's going to be right between these shipping containers right here. Don't need too much speed, but you need enough to clear. And that's definitely not enough speed. That's the problem with doing this with a 6-star wanted level. So let's try this again. And let's see if we can make it. Yeah, looks like it. Could be wrong. But nope, we're going to make it. Okay. Okay, so let's head over and get the next one. So this one's right here. just between these apartment buildings. And it's nice, easy jump. Just gonna jump right over here. You just want to land on the building. Doesn't matter on top or there, but close enough. Up, let's move on to the next jump. Okay, so the final jump. So this one's a nice, easy one. You do need some speed. We're gonna ignore that splash of 5 stars. That's because I didn't save the game in between, but good enough. Yep, and that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, let me know what GTA version you'd like me to do next. Would you like me to do 3, Vice City, 5, GTA Online, whatever one, and I'll consider everybody's comments. I will see you in the next video.